No olvides que una mujer cuando se lo propone puede conquistar a cualquier hombre con sus encantos.
Hola chavos, welcome to a brand new Spanish lesson. Today we're going to break down a new scene of a telenovela. This comes from La Rosa de Guadalupe, one of my favorite telenovelas for learning Spanish. Today we're going to break down a scene where we have a woman who runs into a man. She finds out that he's very wealthy, and then she begins plotting to lock him down into marriage, okay? And we're gonna see other scenes from this particular episode in future videos that I do, because it is very juicy, it's drama-filled, it's got a lot of good Spanish, and the story goes a little deeper. So I think you guys are gonna like it, and you're gonna learn a lot. Make sure to follow me. I have all of my information in the description in my bio here on the channel. Make sure to subscribe if you're learning Spanish. I promise you're gonna learn a ton. And also, make sure to check out my website and my podcast where you can get the audio version of these. You can practice your listening on the go. I'm going to drop all that information in the description. Without further ado, let's dive into today's lesson.
¿Por qué no se fija?
Discúlpeme, quisiera compensarla.
¿Y cómo lo haría?
Invitándola a cenar. Tal vez mi distracción pueda hacer que nos conozcamos mejor.
Me gustan los hombres directos. Así que el tal Patricio quiere volver a verte. Cuando me lo propongo, sé conquistar a un hombre, y más si tiene dinero. Esta vez estoy dispuesta a llegar muy lejos. Lograr que Patricio se case conmigo. ¿Tú crees que acepte? No olvides que una mujer cuando se lo propone puede conquistar a cualquier hombre con sus encantos. Esa es la ventaja que tenemos sobre ellos.
Okay, and I think I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but just keep in mind, she meets the guy in the street, she realizes he's very rich, and then she's speaking to her daughter there on the bed about how she's going to lock him down. Okay, that's her daughter. And the daughter, in a future scene that we'll break down, she begins plotting her own little scheme as well. So just stay tuned for that. Let's break down this scene though. Vamos a aprender español.
¿Por qué no se fija?
¿Por qué no se fija? Keep in mind, this entire conversation she's having with this guy is formal. So in Spanish, we have informal and formal verb conjugations. This is formal, so we'll focus in on this for this video here. So the verb fijarse is to notice or to pay attention. So she's saying, why aren't you paying attention? ¿Por qué no se fija?
Discúlpeme.
Discúlpeme. Discúlpeme is, excuse me, forgive me, okay? Disculpar is to forgive, right? So if you say, discúlpeme, forgive me. And again, this is formal, so he's saying disculpe. If it was informal, you would say disculpa, discúlpame.
Quisiera compensarla.
Quisiera. The verb quisiera comes from the verb querer. Quisiera is the imperfect subjunctive form that's hypothetical. I would like to, okay? Quisiera. The verb querer, to want. Quisiera. I would like to compensarla. So when he says la, he's referring to the woman. He's speaking to her directly in a formal way. Quisiera compensar. So I'd like to compensate you, because he ran into her, knocked her stuff out of her hands. I think her coffee spilt or something like that.
¿Y cómo lo haría?
Y cómo lo haría. So when she says lo, she's referring to him because it's a formal conversation. How would you do it? Hacer in the conditional is haría. Would do. Hacer, to do or to make. Haría, would do. How would you do it?
Invitándola a cenar.
Invitándola. Inviting you to dinner. A cenar. Cenar is to have dinner.
Tal vez mi
Tal vez. Maybe.
distracción
Mi distracción. My distraction.
pueda hacer que nos conozcamos mejor.
Pueda hacer. Can make. Que nos conozcamos mejor. So it can allow for us to get to know each other. Nos conozcamos mejor. And remember, the conozcamos, it comes from the verb conocer, to meet, to get to know. This is pretty advanced stuff, so keep this in mind, all right? It's a pretty advanced, they're using subjunctive here. A lot of subjunctive, but it's okay. We got to learn eventually, so let's just practice our listening today.
Me gustan los hombres directos.
Me gustan los hombres directos. We've heard this in English. I like direct men. I like men who get to the point, right? That's what she's saying.
Así que el tal Patricio.
Así que tal Patricio. So you're saying, so this guy Patricio, right? This guy Patricio, the rich guy.
quiere volver a verte.
He wants to see you again. Quiere volver a verte. He wants to see you again. Volver a verte. Okay? So, volver verb is to come back, to return. But if you want to say to do something again, you can say volver a. So she says here, see you. But I could say, quiero volver a comer pizza esta noche. I want to eat pizza again tonight. Quiero volver a estudiar Portuguese más tarde. So I already studied Portuguese this morning, but I want to study it again tonight, okay?
Cuando me lo propongo,
Cuando me lo propongo, okay? When I put my mind to it.
sé conquistar a un hombre.
Sé conquistar a un hombre. Sé, I know. And keep this in mind, you'll hear this a lot. Conquistar. Conquistar, of course, we would say like the conquistadors, right? To conquer, right? So the Spanish conquered the natives in the Americas, right? Whenever they came over. But when it's funny in Spanish, if you say conquistar, you can say that about conquering a woman or a man. If you're trying to like get with them, like to make them fall in love with you. Conquistar a un hombre is what she's saying. I know how to get a man. I know how to lock down a man. Sé conquistar a un hombre.
Y más si tiene dinero.
Y más si tiene dinero. And even more if he has money. We got a gold digger on our hands here.
Esta vez estoy dispuesta.
This time, esta vez estoy dispuesta. Estar dispuesto if you're a man, or estar dispuesta if you're a woman, to be willing to.
A llegar muy lejos.
A llegar muy lejos. To go very far. Literally, it's to arrive very far. A llegar muy lejos. So you could say, estoy dispuesto a ir, to go, muy lejos. She says here, estoy dispuesta a llegar muy lejos. Same thing, to go very far. All right? And we say the same thing in English. I'm willing to go very far to make this happen. I'm willing to go very far to make this channel blow up. All right? 2026, I'm willing to do some crazy shit, okay?
Lograr que Patricio se case conmigo.
Okay, she's willing to go very far. Lograr que Patricio. Lograr is to accomplish. Okay? To get Patricio to marry me. Okay? Que lograr que Patricio se case conmigo. Okay, remember, the verb casarse is to get married. So, casarse conmigo.
¿Tú crees que acepte?
¿Crees? Do you think? Que acepte? Do you think he accepts? So keep in mind, there's a lot of subjunctive here. This is like the subjunctive conjugations. If you want to learn more about this, make sure to check out my courses, okay? And I do a lot of grammar teaching, a lot of grammar explanations.
No olvides que una mujer.
Don't forget, no olvides que una mujer, that a woman,
Cuando se lo propone,
cuando se lo propone, puts her mind to it,
puede conquistar a cualquier hombre.
puede conquistar. Remember, conquistar again. She can get any man, a cualquier hombre, any man,
Con sus encantos.
con sus encantos, with her charm. And this sets up the daughter for the next couple of clips that we'll see in future videos to try her own conquistando. She's going to try to conquistar a guy herself.
Esa es la ventaja que tenemos sobre ellos.
Esa es la ventaja. That is the advantage que tenemos, that we have, sobre ellos, over them. Okay? Teaching her daughter to be a manipulating gold digger. Well done. So that's all we have for this breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned a lot. I know sometimes these move quickly, but it's real Spanish. It's real Spanish made for Spanish speakers, for Mexicans, right? So that's what I love about this format that I'm doing here, is that I'm giving it to you guys exactly like what you'd hear out in the real world. Or if you turned on the TV and you're going to hear Spanish spoken very quickly, it's not made for you, the learner. It's made for the real Spanish-speaking world. And I'm hopefully enabling you guys to break down what's really being said and some vocabulary and to learn some more advanced grammar. And sometimes some episodes will be easier than others, and it's just a mixed bag, and that's reality, that's life, right? Whenever you're really confronted with a foreign language, sometimes it's actually very easy to understand depending on the context. Sometimes it's really complicated depending on a different context. All the links are in my description, so check that out. I will see you guys in the next video. Vamos a aprender mucho español este año. I'll see you guys soon. Adios.